Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the AM News and Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Chidimma Jarasin. President Bola Tinubu has called for the establishment of a regional counter-terrorism center that will serve as a hub for intelligence sharing, operational coordination and capacity building throughout Africa. Speaking at the African High-Level Meeting on Counter-Terrorism in Abuja, the President emphasized the need for a comprehensive approach to combating terrorism, not only through military might, but by addressing the root causes, including poverty, inequality, and social injustice. In a statement by Special Advisor to the President, Ajiri Ngolale, the President further stressed the importance of cutting off the financial lifeline that fuel terrorist activities, such as ransom payments and illegal mining operations. The scheduled hearing in the appeal filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in the Court of Appeal Abuja Division to set aside the Kogi State Court order restraining the anti-graft agency from arresting, detaining and prosecuting the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, who stalled on Monday. Recall that the Kogi State High Court Judge I.A. Jamil, in a ruling on Wednesday, April 17th, restrained the EFCC from arresting, detaining and prosecuting Bello. Dissatisfied with the restraining order, the EFCC approached Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja for an arrest warrant to enable them to arraign Bello, which was issued. The federal government has launched guidelines on safe motherhood targeting at least 7 million pregnant women and at least 6 million newborn births annually. Speaking at the launch of the guidelines, the Labor Care Guide and the guidelines for community use for misoprostol to commemorate the 2024 Safe Motherhood Day in Abuja, the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, noted that it is possible to achieve safe motherhood in the country. Pate noted that healthcare is part of President Bola Tinubu's key agenda. He says the approved 25 billion from the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, 25 billion through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the National Health Insurance Authority Gateway is to ensure quality healthcare in reducing maternal mortality, access to basic emergency, obstetric care and availability of necessary commodities for safe delivery. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa of Ondo State has secured the nomination of the All Progressives Congress (APC) for the forthcoming November 16 governorship election, following his declaration as the party's candidate. Aiyedatiwa clinched the nomination with a resounding victory, amassing a total of 48,569 votes in the primaries. His closest contender, Mayowa Akinfolarin, trailed behind with 15,343 votes, while Chief Olushola Oke secured the third position with 14,865 votes. The announcement was made by the chairman of the Governorship Primary Election Committee and Governor of Kogi State, Ahmed Ododo. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has so far confirmed 8 deaths and over 208 suspected new cases following an outbreak of a strange illness in Sokoto State. Ibrahim Usman, the manager of the center, said at an interactive session with officials of the State Ministry of Health that the incident happened in Sabon Birni and Issa local government areas of the state. He also said prompt measures were taken by the NCDC and the state government to control the spread of the yet-to-be-identified disease as samples were taken to NCDC laboratories for analysis. He stated that the illness manifested with symptoms of abdominal disorder, feverishness, vomiting, and sudden weight loss. Gober urged the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, do the needful with a view to identifying and curtailing the continued spread of the disease to other areas of the state. The NCDC has so far deployed a National Rapid Response Team, NRRT, to work with the Ministry of Health to further investigate the matter. Troops of Operation Lake Sanity 3 under Operation Hadin Kai have reportedly discovered an Islamic State West Africa province ISWAP terrorist bread production factory hidden within the den in Masani, Timbuktu Triangle. Damboa local government area of Borno State, and according to intelligence sources quoted by security analyst and counterinsurgency expert Zagazola Makama, the combined troops of 199 Special Forces Battalion, in conjunction with hybrid forces and civilian JTF Joint Task Force, stumbled upon the bread factory during an exploitation mission into the terrorist hideout. The sources said the factory was destroyed, while items recovered include 2 Lisa generating plants, 1 baking machine, and several baking materials. The Nigeria Labour Congress gave a strong indication that it would press for the inclusion of a clause which would prescribe sanctions for governors and local government administrators who failed to implement the new minimum wage. The National Treasurer of the NLC, Hakeem Ambali, who disclosed this in an interview in Abuja, says the refusal of state governors to pay the current minimum wage was a result of a lack of punitive measures in the Minimum Wage Act of 2019. President Bola Tinubu, through his Vice President Kashim Shettima, had on January 30, 2024, inaugurated the 37-member panel on the new minimum wage, with its membership cutting across federal and state governments, the private sector, and organized labor. The panel is to recommend a new national minimum wage for the country. 2 suspected Boko Haram individuals identified as improvised explosive device IED experts, 19-year-old Abubakar Mohammed alias Garber and 13-year-old Babagana Mudu, have laid down their arms and surrendered to troops of Sector 3 Multinational Joint Task Force MNJTF Mongono in Borno State. The surrender marks a notable success in the ongoing campaign to dismantle Boko Haram's operation in the region. This was disclosed in a press statement signed by the Chief Military Public Information of MNJTF and Jamena Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi. Severe rainstorms have left about 40 communities without power in Ogun State following extensive damage to electrical infrastructure in the areas. The development has disrupted daily life and hardships on residents. The storm, which struck around midday accompanied by rains, resulted in numerous falling electricity poles and damaged installations, particularly in the areas of Sango Ota and Mawo in the state. This damage has caused a widespread blackout affecting multiple communities, the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company IBEDC reported. Further illustrating the storm's impact, a video making rounds on social media shows falling poles lying on vehicles in the flood-hit Sango Ota area, underscoring the severity of the storm's effect on the community's infrastructure. You're watching the AM News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the AM News returns, Naira crumbles at official window, trades at 1,169 to the dollars. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. If you're just joining us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the AM News. Thank you for staying with us. And now on the foreign scene, the Israeli military says the chief of its intelligence directorate has resigned after taking responsibility for failure leading to the unprecedented October 7 attack by Hamas. Major General Aharon Haliva is the first-ranking official to step down for failing to prevent the attack that shocked Israel and the international community. Major General Aharon Haliva, in coordination with the Chief of the General Staff, has requested to end his position following his leadership responsibility as the head of the Intelligence Directorate for the events of October 7. The Hamas attack resulted in the deaths of 1,170 people, mostly civilians, according to an AFP tally based on official Israeli figures. Since then, Israel has vowed to eliminate Hamas and is engaged in a blistering assault against the militant group which rules the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Territories Health Ministry said 34,097 people have been killed in Israel's military campaign in Gaza, most of them women and children. The Kenya Police Service has arrested fleeing Binance executive Nadeem Anjarwalla as the International Criminal Police Organization moves to extradite him to Nigeria within the week. Following the development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the International Criminal Police, the Nigeria Police Force, and the Kenya Police Service have deepened talks to quicken Anjarwalla's extradition. Torrential rainfalls have led to the disappearance of 11 persons with thousands of people evacuated in southern China, the state media reports. The intense rainfall affecting the Guangdong province has swelled rivers and heightened fears of what could be a century's worst flooding scenario. A total of 11 people were missing after continuous heavy rainfall hit many parts of Guangdong in recent days, reported Xinhua, citing the local emergency management department. In response to the escalating flood risk, authorities have moved more than 53,000 people to safer locations throughout the province. And now in business, the Naira on Friday experienced a slight fall at the official window, trading at 1,169.99 to the dollar. Data from the official trading platform of the FMDQ Exchange, a platform that oversees the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, NAFEM, revealed that the Naira dropped by 1.38% as against the 1,154.08 to the dollars traded on April 18. The local currency, on the other hand, depreciated by 17.14% to 1,230 Naira to the dollar from 1,050 Naira on April 7. President Bola Tinubu has sounded the alarm over the inextricable link between illegal mining operations and the financing of terrorist activities across Africa. Addressing regional leaders at a high-level counter-terrorism summit in Abuja, Tinubu urged the international community to take concrete actions to halt the inflow of funds from outside the continent that enable such illicit activities. Tinubu highlighted the complex challenges facing the continent as it grapples with the involved tactics employed by terrorist organizations to continuously finance and re-equip themselves. He underscored the urgency of tackling this issue head-on through international cooperation and strengthening regional mechanisms. The presidency has said it is set to launch about 2,700 compressed natural gas-powered buses and tricycles before the May 29, which President Bola Tinubu turns 1 year in office. It said the federal government was set to deliver 100 conversion workshops and 60 refueling sites spread across 18 states before the end of 2024. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, revealed this in a statement he signed titled Presidential CNG Initiative Set for Rollout. Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Nigeria Shippers Council, has stated that it will mandate port service providers and users to register on the council's online portal for the third quarter of 2024. The Executive Secretary of the NCS, Pius Akuta, disclosed this during a sensitization program for stakeholders on the registration of regulated port service providers and users at the Council's headquarters in Lagos. He reiterated the importance of adherence to the online registration requirements by all service providers in the port, adding that it was in line with the duty of the Council as enshrined in Section 4 of the NCS's regulation of 2015. The NSE board highlighted the evolution of payment processes from manual to automated systems within the Council and underscored the benefits of registration. He emphasized the mandatory nature of registration, warning that non-compliant entities would face stern consequences. Let's now join Cheng Animal for an update on entertainment.
Council Film Lab Africa project has unveiled 20 grand winners across short film and microfilm category after a successful 10 weeks training program. Brenda Fashugba, the British Council's Creative Economy lead for Sub-Saharan Africa, announced the recipients during a visual creative hustle event attended by over 200 industry practitioners. Brenda applauded the filmmakers for their remarkable capacity and urged them to leverage their grants to make a meaningful impact in their artistic communities. The selection process was rigorous, with judges evaluating entries based on creativity, storytelling prowess, and impact. The top 10 short filmmakers will each receive £5,000, while for micro filmmakers will each receive £500. The diverse range of entries reflects Film Lab Africa's commitment to promoting cultural exchange and creative endeavors. The program spans the next 3 years and it aligned with the UK's strategic objectives. The finalists will continue to benefit from mentorship and engagement until May 2024, preparing them for production challenges ahead. Their films will be showcased at festivals in Nigeria, Africa, and globally. Nollywood actress and filmmaker Toyin Abraham has extended the hand of friendship to her colleague and sister Funke Akindele after years of bitter competition between the two. In a lengthy write-up on her social media page on Sunday, which accompanied a photo of Akindele, Abraham recalled the first competition in the Yoruba movie industry years ago. She noted that the competition to be the number one was a first that comes and enmity were created, which pitted actors against one another. According to the filmmaker, the situation was worsened by professional gossips and hearsay, which further sowed the seed of discord in the industry. Abraham also recounted how she waited in line while Akindele was the main attraction of the Yoruba Nollywood, only second to the likes of veterans Buki Wright and Fatia Williams. She said her desire to wrest the limelight from Akindele sparked a competition between them. However, when the latter eventually moved on to the English Nollywood cadre, the former took over as the darling of the Yoruba industry before she also moved on later. Meanwhile, this had only set the stage for a long-drawn competition between the two successful actresses, as narrated by Abraham. The filmmaker went on to commend Akindele for always pushing the boundaries of success and inspiring others to achieve the impossible. Toyin noted how her colleague ranked in 1 billion naira from the box office, a feat once considered too lofty for a women to attend. She said Akindele's success story has taught other women to work harder, recalling how the Jennifer star smashed her box office record. The comedy drama Ajosekpo, directed by Kayode Kasum, continues to hold the top spot at the Nigerian box office, according to updated figures from the Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria. With an outstanding 51.9 million naira in the first week of sales, the film has found a home with its audience. The movie has now made a total of 79 million naira. Ajosekpo is a story that delves into the lives of Dapo, played by Mike Afolarin, and Tony, played by Tomike Adioye, a young couple preparing for their wedding. As their families gathered in a luxury hotel, festivities soon give way to turmoil as long-held secrets, family tension, and unexpected revelation threaten to tear them apart. The movie also stars Timini Agbuson, Yemi Solade, and Ronke Oshodi Oke. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, the monster hit from Hollywood, is ranked second on the chart after earning 34.6 million in the previous week. With its current total earning, the movie has made 180 million. After earning 101.2 million naira in its first week, the Yoruba epic film Beast of Two Worlds falls to number 3 with a total of 34.2 million naira that week. The film has now grossed a total of 217.2 million naira. A little further down the list at number 7 is the film Saving Onome, which was directed by Dimeji Ajibola. It tells the story of two loving parents who do everything in their power to care for their chronically ill daughter Onome. In the previous week, the film brought in 8.9 million naira. Other Nollywood film on the list, as disclosed by Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria, includes All Is Fair in Love, which grossed 26,000 naira, totally 131 million naira. Insecure, which brought in 51,000 naira, totaling 28.7 million naira, and Meeting Fumi's Parent, which brought in 86,000 naira, totaling 36.4 million naira. Chunk Annamel Joseph reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you, Chunk Animal. And now in sports, 3 Nigerian boxing sensations, Adam Olari, Joseph Omole, and Cynthia Ogusemilori, are gearing up to script history for Nigeria at the Paris 2024 Olympics by aiming for the nation's first gold medals in boxing. The journey to the pinnacle of Olympic glory began with a remarkable showing at the African Olympic boxing qualifiers in Dakar, Senegal in 2023, where they clinched gold medals in their respective weight categories, securing their tickets to the Paris Games. Ogunsemilori set the stage right with a commanding victory over Algeria's Khalif Hadija, securing Nigeria's first gold medal of the tournament in the women's 60 kilograms category. Omole followed suit with a dominant display against Ethiopia's Lita Yadisa in the men's 57 kilograms category, clinching another gold for Nigeria. The Lagos women's cricket team have won the 2024 Nigeria's Cricket Federation and Association of Nigeria Women in Sports Women's Southwest Cricket Championship after beating their Kitty counterparts by 4 wickets at the University of Lagos Cricket Oval. They also picked the ticket to represent the Southwest Zone at the national finals at a later date that will be announced by the Federation. The cricket tournament is one of the events of the 2024 Nawis Games in Lagos. And this is where we end it on the AM News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Chidima Jarasin, thanking you for watching. I'll see you again.